Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're into crazy One Piece theories, plot twists, and deep dives, hit that like button and subscribe. Today's topic is one of the wildest and most controversial. Is Shanks actually a celestial dragon spy? Let's break it down. Let's start with the scene that blew everyone's mind. In chapter 907, Shanks walks into Mary Joy's, the Holy Land. This place is where the celestial dragons live, and even most world leaders can't just stroll in. But Shanks, he walks in casually and talks directly to the five elders. And the five elders don't treat him like a pirate. They don't try to arrest him. They treat him with respect. One of them even says, "We only allowed one pirate to speak with us." That line says everything. They don't see Shanks as a threat. They see him as someone on their level. But why? Why would the highest rulers of the world government give Shanks that kind of access? Now think about everything Shanks has done. His actions never really match the traditional pirate role. He stopped the Marineford War by just showing up. Sengoku, fleet admiral of the Marines, straight up listened to him and ended the war. Who has that kind of power? He handed Luffy the straw hat and encouraged his journey. But why choose Luffy? He warned Whitebeard about Blackbeard way before Teach even became a Yonko. And don't forget, he's been super mysterious for the entire series. We never see his full power, his crew barely fights, and he just seems to be everywhere at the right time. It's almost like he's watching, managing, steering events without getting fully involved. Here's where it gets wild. Let's talk about where Shanks actually came from. According to the SBS, Shanks was found as a baby by Roger's crew after the God Valley incident. That's the same event where Garp and Roger teamed up to defeat the Rock's pirates and where the celestial dragons were being protected. What if Shanks isn't just some random orphan? What if he's the child of a celestial dragon, or even of one of the people involved in that incident? Roger taking in Shanks could have been his way of hiding the child from the world, or worse, raising him to serve a bigger purpose. A purpose we don't fully understand yet. And if Shanks really is connected to the celestial dragons, it explains everything. Why the five elders respect him. Why he can enter Mary Joy's. Why he seems more like a guardian of balance than a real pirate. Back to chapter 907, Shanks tells the five elders he wants to talk about a certain pirate. We never find out who that pirate is. Was it Luffy? Blackbeard? Maybe even Buggy? We don't know, but what matters is that Shanks is informing the elders. That's spy behavior. Also, remember, the five elders say this conversation must remain secret. Why? What are they hiding? And why would Shanks, of all people, be trusted with this information? Some fans even believe that Shanks could be connected to the Figureland family. In Film Red, there's a hint that Shanks' full name might be Figureland Shanks, and the Figurelands are said to be part of the Celestial Dragon bloodline. That would make Shanks royalty. But hold up, if Shanks is a Celestial Dragon or working with the world government, why hasn't he done anything evil? That's the twist. Shanks might not be evil. He could be trying to balance the world in his own way. Maybe he saw what the world government did during the Void Century. Maybe he believes that some parts of the system are needed to avoid total chaos. So instead of tearing it all down like Luffy or Blackbeard, he plays the middle. Think of Shanks as a gray character. He doesn't believe in total freedom, and he doesn't believe in total control. He wants order, but on his own terms. He's not the hero we think he is, but maybe he's not a villain either. Let's not forget how Oda builds characters like this. Think about Kuzan. He left the Marines, joined Blackbeard, but still acts with a sense of personal justice. Oda loves morally gray characters. Shanks fits that mold perfectly. He's a pirate, but respected. He's a Yonko, but works behind the scenes. He's friendly, but clearly dangerous. He warned the five elders about a pirate. Maybe it was Teach. Maybe it was Luffy. Or maybe he was trying to manipulate who the world government focused on. Either way, it's influence. It's control. Shanks could be playing a long game. Think about how we meet Shanks. He saves Luffy from the Sea King and loses his arm. That moment defined Luffy, but it also raises a big question. Why would someone as powerful as Shanks let a Sea King take his arm? Was it weakness? Or was it a calculated move? Some fans believe Shanks let it happen on purpose to inspire Luffy, that he saw something in him. Maybe he knew Luffy would become Joy Boy. If that's true, then Shanks has been influencing the future of the world from the very beginning. We're headed toward the final war. Luffy, Blackbeard, the Revolutionary Army. All the pieces are moving, so what's Shanks gonna do? Here's one theory. Shanks' role is to delay chaos until the right moment. Maybe he's buying time for Luffy to grow strong enough. Maybe he knows Joy Boy will return. Or maybe he's making sure Imu doesn't lose control too early. Maybe Shanks is a peacekeeper, but on a cosmic level. Not just stopping wars, but deciding when they're allowed to happen. Let's explore a hypothetical. What if Shanks is the final test for Luffy? Imagine this. Right before Luffy reaches Raftel in the One Piece, Shanks stands in his way. Not as a villain, but as a gatekeeper. One last challenge to prove Luffy is worthy. It would be poetic. The man who gave Luffy his dream, now making sure he's strong enough to achieve it. And if Shanks loses, then he can finally rest, knowing the new Joy Boy has arrived. There's also the Imu theory. What if Shanks and Imu are connected? Maybe Shanks is one of the few people who knows Imu's identity. Maybe they work together in secret, or maybe they're enemies. It would explain the secrecy. It would explain the balance Shanks tries to maintain. Remember, the world of One Piece is built on lies. History has been erased, truth is buried, and someone like Shanks, who's been around Roger, the God Valley incident, the Five Elders, he knows too much to just be another pirate. He's a keeper of secrets, and maybe a master manipulator. Whatever the case, Shanks is going to play a huge role in the final arc. Whether he's a traitor, a double agent, or a tragic hero, we'll find out soon. But one thing's for sure, Oda's been saving Shanks for a reason, and that reason is almost here. So what do you think? Is Shanks a spy, a celestial dragon, just a really good actor? Drop your theories in the comments. I want to know what you believe. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next theory. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep sailing forward.